guess I like a good challenge, and depends what your checkbook at is and your hopes and your dreams of what you can afford. So yeah, this unit was definitely cheaper. This was out in the East Coast, and the pumps quit in a tunnel, and the unit was completely submerged in water. So I had to purchase a unit, and we took the oil pan off the bottom, cleaned up the underside there. That all seemed to be pretty good in there, and then had to do some communication wires from the ECM up to the display unit. That tested out okay after, and then from there we ended up replacing some wires over to the battery. But otherwise after that it's been a pretty strong unit for us. A few ground issues here and there, but nothing really. We've probably put about 2,000 hours on it since it's been underwater. We'll find the units online, either from insurance companies, salvagesale.com. I generally will, if I find something underwater, not burned, but that's a whole nother challenge that I don't really want to deal with. But yeah, we pick up the units. It's also, in Wisconsin here being wintertime, you need to have something for the guys to do in the winter, so we'll go through it and fix it and get it operational again. So we started out with a rover, which I'm sure everybody starts out with a rover. That was good, and then when you can financially afford to put it on a dozer, that was a huge help. And we now have it on a D6N and a D6K, which is two great size units for the work that we do. And I now have it on a 336, a 336E we have it on, and that's been really helpful for excavating for footings and stormwater ponds. When it gets real tight on the bottom, the excavator can just shape all the banks. Works out pretty good. So anything new is there's growing pains to it. There is, and and at first you get a little frustrated at first, because if you can't get connected to the satellites, or the Bluetooth isn't connecting to the rover head, or I'm sure we've all had those problems. And so at first, but after about 6 months, it's just like anything else. It's just like anything else. You get used to it. You figure it out. And like I said, the younger generation, it kind of shows us older people some tips and some tricks. And about 6 months after that, I pretty much made up my mind that I wouldn't really go without it. The School to Work program, meaning we get potential operators that want to get into the field, being a senior in high school, and guess what more than a senior want to do is get out of school. So they get to come to work and generally get some pretty excited young individuals helping us either with running a skid loader or some laboring work or something like that. It's been a good program. 2 of them work for me full time now from the program, so it's good. The older generation gets to teach the new generation from running the equipment to safety, and sometimes the new generation can show the older generation the electronics portion of why their phone doesn't connect to the dozer or something like that. So it can go both ways. So it's been working really good. I went through a couple years of it, really wasn't getting any response. I was just kind of curious why the younger kids didn't want to get out of school and maybe come to work. I guess I did when I was in school. It turns out I took out the word laborer in the ad, and then the applications started coming in. So they do get to run some equipment, and they also do some laboring, yes, but they get their fair share of running a skid loader. You can start out with something small, even a roller or something like that.